Thank you so much for your question. I'm going to try to answer it to the best of my ability. So are there non-latex twisting balloons? No, at least not that I'm aware of. Now there might be somewhere in the world. I've just never seen or heard of them, but I do think it would be great to have a non-latex twisting alternative for people who have latex allergies. But now let's talk about the second part, because there's actually a lot of misinformation out there when it comes to balloons. And I've seen this 5 to 10 year reference before. So I don't know if this is what you were referring to, but usually when I see people talking about that balloons take 5 to 10 years to biodegrade, normally they're referring to one particular study that was done. And in this particular study, what they did is they took uninflated, unused, round latex balloons. They put them in sealed jars of water in a laboratory and examined them over time to see how long it would take them to decompose. The problem with that is the main things that cause everything in nature to biodegrade is bacteria, sunlight, and oxygen. And they removed those from this particular study. Okay? Also, it shows that they don't know anything about how balloons work. Whenever you inflate a balloon, it stretches it out, thins it, and weakens the balloon. So for example, I have this balloon that's inflated, this balloon that's uninflated. If I pop this one, you can see that the balloon that was just inflated and has now popped is a lot thinner. Like it's wider, but the latex is stretched out and thinner, and this will break down and decompose faster than this. Also, round balloons have a lot more latex. They're a lot thicker than the twisting balloons. So round balloons will also decompose slower than twisting balloons, and uninflated balloons will always decompose slower than used balloons. Okay? So if you wanted to do an accurate study, you would take used balloons, pop them, then see how long it takes them to decompose, because it's a lot faster than 5 to 10 years. I've seen them completely decompose in a matter of weeks, because any balloon artist knows if you're twisting all day out in the sun, by the end of the day, your balloons will start popping as soon as you start to inflate them, because the sun and the bacteria and the oxygen has started to eat at the latex, and they've already started to decompose in your balloon bag before even using them. Also, if you leave a balloon out on the driveway for like a day or two and then come back, you can actually just like kind of rip it apart and it will crumble in your hands because of how decomposed it already is. Or if you've been at a birthday party and the balloons start popping, like the balloon decor starts popping for no reason, it's because the balloon's already started to decompose to the point that it can't physically hold the air inside of it, so it pops. So again, that particular scientific study people usually reference is very misleading because they doctored the results to achieve the result that they wanted going into it. So again, I encourage people to study it for themselves, but when you test it yourselves, balloons break down pretty quick.